That's a good one. That's a good one. Oh God, it's a toad, son. It's a toad, dude.
Let's go. I wake up to a little bit of drool on my pillow, feel like it's gonna be a bad day.
Hello, hello, hello.
Hi, Pete.
What's up? It's been 84 years.
Yeah, Pete's just not back. He's forgotten how to do everything. He's like, how do I turn this thing on? How do I get this thing to go
It's
live?
not muscle memory, apparently.
Well, also StreamYard changed the UI. It looks
They did. Yeah, it looks like they updated some stuff. I'm going to go share this in our group while Trey starts us off.
But what's going on, folks? Welcome back to the OneCast. Another Fishing Friday Live. Got some things to talk about. Some, last few times, not a lot going on in the industry, but things are picking up again.
Oh, yeah. Well, you can tell not a lot's going on in the industry because people are making random videos about opinions on forward-facing sonar and all this other stuff. And I'm like, man, it's played out, dude. Like, just get over it. Make some fishing videos and stuff. But speaking of fishing, man, I went fishing today and cracked a bunch of them on the OneCast Fishing Nighthawk. So if you're in the market to get some great flipping baits or weedless nets or snagless jigs, merchandise, soft plastics, all that stuff that we always use on the boat when we're slamming those bass, head on over to onecastfishing.com. Use the code OneCast, all one word, at checkout. And then also while you're online, because you're going to save money, head on over to carolinawaters.nc.com and get your hands on all the great UPF gear, hats, gloves, buffs, everything that they have to offer. Stay protected from the UV rays. Keep yourself cool in that sunshine. And then don't forget to check out their camouflage shirt, the Buck Stopper. Hunting season's right around the corner. Also use the OneCast, all one word, at checkout. You're going to save money there. And then use that link we always provide you guys. And we just talked to a couple folks about that the other day. Get your hands on those Hobie eyewear, Hobie sunglasses, HobieEyewear.com. Use the link. Get yourself the floating frames. They got a ton of different lens options. We always talk about the Sightmaster Pluses, but there's way more than that Hobie has to offer. And the reason why we like the floating frames is obviously we drop our sunglasses in the water all the time. The new whole float frame from Upcycle Kayak Plastic is on the website as well. And then they got lifestyle frames and prescription sunglasses and all that cool stuff. So head on over, use that link, and save some money at checkout. You're gonna get like $100 and something pair of glasses for like $85.
Yeah.
And then before your next fishing trip, I haven't done this one yet. Before your next fishing trip,
I was going to highlight something. So
okay.
Let me know when you got it.
All right. So before your next fishing trip, get on your Android, Google phone, iPhone, whatever it is, and go to your app store and download the Deep Dive app. Deep Dive is giving you guys a ton of different features to break down an existing or new body of water. You're going to want to pay for that annual subscription. The reason I say that is because it's about 8 bags of soft plastics, maybe 10 bags of soft plastics, depending on what you're buying. It's like $80 a year for the annual subscription. You see a lot of the Elite Series pros, BPT guys, us here at the OneCast promoting that product. The reason why is because it works. It helps us identify the best areas of the lake, locate fish, and catch them with that OneCast fishing gear. Ben's got some features he wants to talk about, so go ahead and hit it.
Yeah, I just wanted to identify the stream flow feature because as I'm looking here in the map, look here, we've had a lot of rain this last month or so. If you look at Jordan Lake, one of our local lakes, which I got pulled up on Deep Dive, like 3 weeks ago, it was like 15 feet high and it dropped really fast. And then about a week ago or 4 or 5 days ago, it was like 5 feet high again.
Yep.
And it rained a lot this week or last week down where I was. And we live a little bit south of the lake, but it didn't rain as much up there. So the stream flow feature is great because you can go back a couple days to see which of those tributaries, rivers, or just little creeks that are running in the pockets, which one have had more flow. So that it can help you identify also like which area of the lakes are going to be muddier, but also as at Jordan Lake, that water's come back down to relatively normal level, but some of those streams have more flow into them. So the fish that had moved up because the water was high, some of them maybe hang out around those where there's still water flowing in, which means more oxygen, more food, bugs floating down. So like if you want to target a shallow game, that stream flow can come into huge play there. That's just one particular way you can put that Deep Dive app into effect in the conditions we've just had here recently.
Absolutely. Yeah. I was just on Falls Lake today and pulled up the water clarity feature on Deep Dive. and it's absolutely accurate. Certain parts of Falls Lake are very, very stained, almost muddy. And then certain parts, the river itself through the S-turns is relatively clear. So if you're going out on Falls Lake, make sure you get the Deep Dive app. The water is still 2.5 feet high. Not sure when they're going to drop it, but you can still catch them shallow and you can catch them deep. And Deep Dive gives you different options, how you're going to target them, what best bait tools to use for different conditions and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. It was spot on today. So that Nighthawk came into play, and then, yes, I did jig one up with a minnow. I had to do it, because Deep Dive said that the river was clear and there's big schools down there. So, we went and caught one. So after you get Deep Dive downloaded, you get all your gear, you're ready to go fishing, you're just going to move to North Carolina. The central part is where we live in the Piedmont region. You're going to want to buy a house or a piece of property, and you need to hit up Uncle Terry with Howard Perry Walson and Caldwell Banker, right? And you can reach Uncle Terry at Carpenter T at hpw.com. He is our real estate agent that's going to get you squared away. He's a bass angler. He got Pete and Chelsea in their house, which has been like a 1-year anniversary recently, hasn't it, Pete?
Yeah, it was the other day, I think.
Yeah, so
he made a post.
Yeah, happy anniversary, Uncle Terry. Yeah. And Pete's actually rocking the new hat, so that's pretty legit. So hit up Carpenter T at hpw.com and get yourself a new house here in Central North Carolina. What's going on? Jeez.
I kind of feel like we might be running into an issue we had a couple weeks ago when we weren't seeing all the comments and stuff. Remember that, Trey? When Pete was gone, I don't know what was going on with that.
Yeah, usually you just have to send something and it'll come through. But
it's also
that's why I sent a test and it went right through. So just nobody's talking yet. I mean,
that's all right.
Yeah, they'll talk eventually.
I mean, we talk.
They won't come through like if it's on the community post or if it's on one of our private pages, because you have to change it to public and you can't do that while it's.
Speaking of which, did you guys see the map feature that Instagram came out with?
No.
Oh, you guys want to turn them off because your location might be showing right now.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah, so you go on your IG, go to your DMs, and it says maps. And when I clicked on it, I said, do not share. But like not sharing location with friends. But
mine says not sharing.
Okay, good. Because like you can see people all over the country if they have it turned on.
Oh man.
So I don't know, Trey.
I don't know. I probably am sharing. I probably am.
Who is that?
That
was Gina. Okay.
Ben's dropping some knowledge for you guys to make sure that you maintain a little bit of operational security here. So
well, people were freaking out because people were getting texts like, do you know, like I can see you're sitting at your house right now.
Tackle.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Who else we got here?
Why did you say that? And we can track all of our friends moving on the
JT Tompkins is on Lake St. Clair still.
Yeah. So
he's still there crushing smallmouth. Oh, you keep talking. I'm just talking to all these people.
Small Water Charters, what's going on, man? Checking in from Florida, I take it.
Donkey Land, yep.
Yeah, Donkey Land. Kim, thanks for jumping on here. How's the weather in Saint Germain? I have no idea. I don't know where Saint Germain is at. Do you guys know where that's at?
It's not a Virgin Island.
I'm not sure. It's probably got nice beaches.
It's great.
I don't know.
Cole is sharing his location.
Oh no, it's in Wisconsin.
Oh, Saint Germain in Wisconsin. Okay,
it's great.
I'm sure the weather is.
There's a lot of water, a lot of lakes right there.
I'm sure the weather is way better up there than it is down here. It's about 97% humidity down here in North Carolina. Everything is sweating. When you walk outside, it's like a blanket of humidity that wraps around you. We've been saying that for months. That's just how it is here in the summer all the way to about mid-fall, really. I mean, you start to see that humidity and stuff die off in like, I don't know, mid-September, October time frame.
I kind of want to go to this place.
Yeah.
It is surrounded. Look at this Saint Germain. It's surrounded by lakes.
Oh, yeah.
Everything's surrounded by lakes.
Connected. Yeah, that's true. And the Snowmobile Hall of Fame's there.
Yeah.
Oh. I didn't know.
Awesome. Kim, we're broadcasting from North Carolina.
Sanford, North Carolina.
That's right. There's no secrets here in the OneCast.
This is like Florida. It's canals, the Bowl Lakes, the more canals.
There's one pro angler that has his location on. I'll tell you guys offline, but I'm dropping mad pins because that dude can catch them. I'll be following this son again. Thanks for that, Ben. Now I can follow these dudes all over the lakes.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. Cole Harris is on too. If you want to not catch fish, you can follow him. Shout out Cole. What's going on, brother?
Could you imagine if we made a video, be like, we need fishing spots, and then we go on Instagram?
Oh, man.
Oh, people would be like,
yeah, they'd be mad. Oh well, whatever. I guess that's the new fish tips right there. So
Yeah, there's something that the controversy went away real quick.
yeah, I mean, we had Austin on a couple years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was
And
like the hot and heavy. Everybody was mad.
A lot of the pro anglers got on it.
they did,
I mean,
and they probably made some money on it
They
too.
realized they can make money.
Yeah,
That's what it was
100%.
about. So,
Yeah. So what are we talking about tonight?
Well, let's see. What tournaments wrapped up that we well, Trey McKinney.
Trey McKinney won the Elite Series event on St. Clair.
It's
Yeah.
Ty going in.
Literally fishing around everybody in the biggest community holes in Anchor Bay on Lake St. Clair.
Mhm.
So all that proved is that kid can catch big fish. Like those were absolute 100% community holes.
Yep.
He's Ty going in with is it Corey?
Chris.
Chris Johnson and him are tied going into the last event for AOI.
Which was
And I think third place is like 2 points back.
Mhm.
So last year Corey and Robert G were neck and neck in the last one. And
Yep.
of course there was that they rolled up on a spot thing. So let's see what happens this time.
I have to put advantage Chris with going to lacrosse for the last event.
Yeah. I mean, I think we talked about it months ago, but
Who was it?
could we see?
Not that Trey can't catch them, not scoping, but I just feel like a grass lake and a northern guy and a Canadian guy up there, Canada guy
Well,
from Canada,
the Canadians.
the Canadian guy
The
up there in the
Canadians.
grass on the Mississippi River.
Yeah, the Mississippi. Well, those guys do good. You know, like the Canadians typically do good in all your
Yeah.
Florida fisheries and stuff like
when
that.
when you're fishing grass, the guys from the north tend to do well.
And I'm gonna go out on a limb here and say he is probably never been more hungry because he's already got a taste of it, and so now he's like, I want more. Are
Back to back,
are we gonna see? Yeah, are we gonna see back?
the last one to do it? Swindle?
I don't know. I'm not sure.
Was Swindle the last back to back? Because Polynics were a couple years apart.
Yeah.
I think it might have been Swindle that was the last back to back AOI.
Was it Paul Nick last time they were on the Mississippi River? And
Yeah, but he had a year between the two.
Everyone thought Paul Nick had it wrapped up like 3 tournaments.
Well,
up.
yeah, and then his wife had a baby, and he
And
finished like almost dead last.
Like
with
he
one.
almost, if he wouldn't have made the cut, and like it was like the last hour, he got his fish to make a cut.
Yeah.
I think it was in the Mississippi River in 22.
I think it was
Yeah.
because that was when his wife had one of their kids, and he ended up bombing a tournament. It was ended up being a close deal. That was 21 was Fighter.
That was 22 when Paul Nick won.
Yeah, 22 was Polynic.
Kyle Welcher. So that's one, right? So Kyle Welcher.
He could back to back in the league.
Yep. So MPFL right now, Kyle Welcher, I think, is leading AOI in the MPFL, and Chris Johnston is tied for the elites. Could we see a back-to-back AOI for both of those leagues this year? So that'll be an interesting thing to see. I think you're right, Pete. I think Chris Johnston's going to show out on the Mississippi.
Who was Darren talking about winning? Was it Tucker or Paul?
Which one?
I forget the conversation, but Paul Marks is still up for Rookie of the Year.
Yeah.
He's still up by
Actually,
9 points.
The last back to back winner of AOIs,
Skeet Reese. No
2010,
kidding.
2011, unless Van Dam did it. Yeah, it was Skeet Reese, 2010, 2011.
Who is not going to be on BPT Tour next year?
Yeah, we can talk. We can talk about that, Ben. Do you have the list pulled up for the Bass Pro Tour?
Yeah, I'll pull this up. I don't know if this is the official list. Someone posted this on one of the fishing forums, but the bottom of it says 2026 Bass Pro Tour requalification angler. Like, so I don't know if he made this based upon or this is official.
What's up, Mario? What's up, Derek?
But right now, as it stands, it looks like the anglers who are going to be cut from the.
So remember,
BPT
did release their cut rules. They were not doing career averages. They were not doing drop years. So whatever number, because they eventually their number was 50, but they were staggering getting there.
What's
so
up,
I think
David?
it went to 60 for next year. So anybody below 60th should be cut.
Yes, and so these are the anglers. No,
What's up, David?
50.
No, it looks like 51 slots are available.
All right, so they might have went. Maybe it was this
Yeah,
year they went to 60.
Yeah,
now
this year
they're
was-
going
exactly. So, looks like the anglers who are going to be cut.
Should we play taps or something?
No, but we can talk about them.
Banks, Shaw
Banks.
or Shaw Banks.
Shaw Banks.
I don't know why this.
I don't know which way it goes.
It's Bank Shaw.
It is
but
Bank Shaw.
He doesn't fish the BPT, right? He qualified for it, right?
No, he fished it.
Yeah. Oh, sorry.
Mm-mm.
That was the Tackle Warehouse top 5. So he's in.
Yep.
So who's going to be in? Bank Shaw, Mitchell Robinson, Jacob Walker, Bobby Lane,
Wow.
and Dustin Smith are the top 5.
No
where they had
kidding.
the-
Bobby
Lane
Lane.
requalified.
Yes, he did.
Dave
Holy-
Fuchs is good for all of us to be back in the talk.
Yes, it is.
Hey, Mom from Kalamazoo.
So those are the 5 who qualified for
All right,
the Tackle Warehouse. So
so
Bobby Lane's back.
Bobby Lane's back.
That's crazy, dude.
Mhm.
He's insanely good.
He's good.
He's so
Dude can
good.
catch him.
Yeah.
All right, so who's out?
All right. So Luke Clausen,
Okay. He's an OG.
Yeah.
Dylan Hayes,
Mhm.
Greg Vinson,
Been around for a while.
Marshall Robinson,
Yeah.
Gerald Spurr,
Gerald Spoyer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. He's been around.
Josh.
Bertrand.
Yep. Trying to let me zoom in here.
Bertrand's been around
Yep.
for a while.
Yeah, Bertrand.
Jared Littner,
Yeah, he's been
Yeah, he's
around
been
for a
around.
while too.
Keith Poche,
Wow, Keith Poche.
Later, Keith.
Skeet Reese,
Well, he's retiring, so yeah.
Terry Scroggins,
Scroggins been around forever.
Martin Viller.
Martin
Martin
Villa.
Villa didn't make it.
Nope.
Man.
Fred
Urbanus.
Rubanis.
Boom Boom is gone.
Boom,
Sorry,
boom.
Boom Boom.
Britt Myers,
Wow, he's been around too.
Yeah.
Hardy Robinson.
He's been around.
Did he make the songs too?
I don't know.
No, that was a different one.
I think I was doing Marty Roberts.
That Marty Robinson's been dead a long time.
Yeah.
Brandon Coulter, Shin, I can't say.
Shin Fukai.
Shin
Fukai,
Fukai, yeah.
Shin's been around a long
Yes, he
time.
is.
Dave Lefebvre,
Yep.
Gary Klein, and David Walker. So those,
Gary Klein.
those.
Wow.
Fever and Klein been doing it a long
So yeah,
time.
so a 51 boat field for the Bass Pro Tour for 2026. And yes, David Fuchs, they could definitely fish smaller fisheries, especially with the format that the BPT runs. But I do want to
That
go
was
back.
Derek. Derek
Oh.
said spicy take. I feel like there should be only a 30-man field. I got a spicier take, Derek. There should be no such thing as the BPT.
Derek, I want to here's my story with Derek. Derek and I went to high school together. He joined the Marine Corps and then he joined the Army. And now I think you're still living in Hawaii, but I could be wrong, Derek.
Question, Derek.
But
My brother's
he took a trip down to Mexico this year and caught like multiple 10-pounders.
Oh,
Just
that's right. I remember seeing the picture. I think
absolutely.
Derek added me on Facebook.
Yeah.
Dude, Dylan agrees. Thanks, Dylan.
Dylan,
Derek, I do have a question. Answer at your convenience. What is your favorite flavor crayon?
He did go to the Army later. So
he did go to the Army.
Well, he started
Graduated.
there. So, well, I mean, it is what it is.
Oh man,
The MLF is an absolute failed business venture. And the only reason I don't like the league is because Boyd Duckett promises anglers the world and then he bent them over dry.
Yeah, so I think all that.
And that's why I have an issue with that league. He promised no entry fees for all these years, promised all of these things without having the structure in place to support it. He convinced people, good salesman, convinced people as a salesman to come to his league and then screwed them. Purple's his favorite flavor,
Yeah.
for anybody that wondered.
that's
It's always red or purple.
that's great.
But-
That's great Fago for us that are in Kalamazoo, Michigan.
But yeah, that's my whole problem with the MLF. So I've been super critical of them.
and
I really liked the format when it was just like the Cup Series. They dropped them off at random lakes.
The
They had a
team
great thing
series.
going. The team series. What made me mad was when they. That's right, James Watson. What made me mad was when he basically reneged on every single promise he made to his anglers, and he ruined friendships because of. I mean, if you go listen to Chris Zaldane, him and Skeet Reese were super close, and basically that the whole division tore them apart. What Zona has said, him and Kevin Van Dam, who've been friends forever, their friendship almost ended over the split.
Yeah.
Like
Oh yeah,
it caused true life issues because there was this built up thing and all of these promises and drama. And it was like it just I don't know. It upset me that he did that to so many people.
If bass fishing wants more viewers, they need a Netflix doc on that period.
Oh man, it would be
I mean,
like a
because-
30 for 30 ESPN docuseries.
yes. Yeah. I mean, like there's drama involved,
Yeah.
and like you have people interviews, and I mean, there's just, I mean, yeah, it would be an awesome series.
I've been critical of all the leagues, but
Oh, for sure.
the biggest issue that I saw kudos for them for creating opportunities, but I don't think it was created the right way. There's definitely been some superstars born in that league, right?
Well,
I mean, Connell,
Wheeler won blue trophies before he went there.
But Drew Gill is now.
Wheeler would have been good whether he was in Bass or
for sure.
BPT. Connell never fished the elite. He's the only one that never fished the elites. That really is like.
I thought he did fish the elite.
No,
too.
Connell never fished.
Oh,
the
he
elite
didn't.
Series. Nope.
Where do you come from?
He came through college and then he
FLW?
went into. I think he might have fished some FLW and then he went into. So Wheeler had won blue trophies. Obviously, Skeet Reese had won. The River Otter had won. Like all the big names had won. Connell was the one that went from college to he went college MLF and straight in, which is cool.
Yeah. I mean, they created.
What's up, Christine?
They created some opportunities, but
we won't tell.
They
did
it, and I'll tell you what, the BPT's been good for the MPFL, man. Like at the end of the day, from a business standpoint, like it's been good for the MPFL, and I think you guys are going to see. I think the MPFL is going to look bigger next year. And I think there are going to be some more big names that come over.
Yeah, I have
looking for a home.
I think there's be big names fishing both again.
Yeah.
Too.
So, but here's what I like about the different options, and we've said it before. If they would have stuck with the way that they started off, Bass had their own thing going. The MPFL created their identity, and the Bass Pro Tour, they had their kind of thing. The biggest problem was the inconsistency, right?
Yeah.
The inconsistency in the messaging, the inconsistency with not having to pay entry fees. Then now you're paying $6,400 entry fees, whatever. But guys are going to continue to fish it if they're making money, man. And a lot of those guys are making money. So, but
you're talking about the Elite Series or
no, the Bass Pro Tour. But anyway,
so they changed bass fishing into the money grab. It was always blue collar sport. You can't blame any of the leagues for that. You can blame the non-endemics that blew it up like NASCAR in the late 90s and early 2000s. That was when there was a huge shift in the money involved because you had companies like Kellogg's, Valvoline,
Army National Guard.
Like they were literally sponsoring teams, providing trucks, providing boats. Guys weren't even have to haul their boats. They were giving them wrapped F450 just to drive and then tractor trailering their boats, the Toyota fishing teams. Like that was when they turned it into NASCAR in the late 90s, early 2000s. And I don't blame any league for making that decision. Like FLW Tour is the same way. Walmart dumped so much money into that, right? It turned into more, not necessarily a pay to play, but it became harder to get into and you had to be able to financially get into it. So then you had to have the backing of one of those big corporate teams. Evan Williams had a bunch of guys, like everybody was into it.
Which means
right?
It wasn't really blue collar.
At that point, it changed. There was a shift.
Has it ever really been blue collar?
100%. Go back and look when Ray Scott started it. Like early bass, they were just dudes that were fishing on the weekend.
A half decade, a half a century.
Right. He fished the opens and won too. Yep. You're right.
The point
but he never qualified for the elites.
Fishing, anyone can do it. Cane poles, right? Fishing's anyone's, but bass fishing.
If you go back,
especially probably after the mid '80s, like when you start getting bigger bass boats and
when you started getting superstars in the sport, and then they were going off and doing TV shows, that was when more money started to come into play as well, because people then saw it as a career. When Bill Dance and all them guys first started fishing, when bass first started, they were just traveling to weekend tournaments to go fish.
They had dead fish weigh-ins.
Yeah, like there was really no money. I think the first Bassmaster Classic Championship, the guy got a sweet trophy, but he got like $100 check.
Yeah, it wasn't very,
which back then even wasn't a ton of money, right? Like as the money grew, as people realized, and you can thank Bill Dance that they saw, I can make money tournament fishing, but I can also go now have a TV show. He did it. Shaw Grigsby did it. What's his name from over? Hank Parker did it.
$10,000.
So $10,000.
That's a lot of money in 1971.
Yeah. So the classic when the Super Bowl of bass fish, but go back and look at what like the first BASS tournament paid. It was probably like $7. But it really was the entry fees. I don't think were existing. I think Bass was getting all of that money from advertisements and things like that. So the payouts being lower were part of it. And it was basically him just calling his buddies that he knew was good at fishing and saying, come fish my tournaments. and he grew it into a business. And
it'd be $80,000 today.
yeah, so just it's obviously gone up a little bit more from that, but still it's right in line with growth.
Actually, if anybody's interested in watching like the historical or the history of bass, like YouTube has the cast.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's a really good series.
It's a really great series. It goes through different people that were really, they were the pioneers, obviously Ray Scott, but like the pioneers.
That's right. Frank, the band is back together.
It's the reason it is the way it is today. But that leads me to this question. We'll go on to like other fishing stuff here in a minute.
That's good. I like this.
But I'm not going to name the name, but I saw I don't know if he has a podcast or just a YouTube channel or whatever, but he made a video and he said the top 5 reasons why people feel disconnected from professional bass fishing, right?
Mm.
Like the common person. And a lot of it revolved around like the fact that viewers are tired of seeing all this hype about like their new boats and their tackle, their sponsorship and all this stuff.
Yeah.
You know, and here's my thoughts. Okay, so like the theme is the average angler doesn't feel a connection like they used to the professional bass fishermen that are in the industry. But here's my question. You're a football fan, aren't you? Do you feel a personal connection with football players in the NFL?
Not a personal, but I definitely feel more now than I felt 10 years ago.
People do take a
And-
very like
and a big part of that is because so many of these players either post on social media or they go on podcasts and interviews. Like it's not everyone.
There's
but, like,
also like team sports. As a fan, you get this you see people that are like, we lost this weekend. It's very much they feel like they're part of it.
yes.
Because they are.
Because when I talk about my teams, it's like, you know, we
like,
did
oh,
this,
we got our
did
asses
this.
kicked.
Yeah, exactly. So,
You don't get like KVD went out and got his tail kicked, and I was like, man, we got our butts whooped
that
this
is
weekend.
true. That is true.
Right. So I think there's a little bit
There
different
is.
mentality. Broncos for life.
Oh yeah.
There's a little bit different mentality.
I'm
when
right
it's a
with you,
solo
Frank. I'm
sport.
right with you.
I think a better comparison would be to like golf or tennis. Honestly,
No, I know.
tennis, like
And
individual
golf, they
sports.
are way more personal now.
They are now with
Because-
social media, and now they're drinking with fans as they're between holes,
Yeah,
doing all
so,
kinds
like-
of wild stuff. But it's more comparable. If I would say if I was a golf fan, if I was a Tiger Woods fan, I don't even think he golfs anymore. Like I would never say we had a terrible tournament, but like Tiger sucked this weekend, right? So that's what I'm like now. I'm like Seth Ellis got his teeth kicked in this weekend,
Yeah.
or whoever it is.
Yeah.
Sorry, Seth.
It's Seth.
It's probably Seth. No,
But I asked that because like, you know, when this guy made this video, it was like, you know, I've read through all the, you know, he basically did a data poll, and, you know, like the main theme was like the common guy like us or gal doesn't feel a connection like maybe they did back in the day. But I'm like, it's a individual sport.
Yeah, I think
Like-
I feel more now because of the YouTube series.
Well,
And, like
and
that's why I
podcasts
felt a
and-
connection
yeah.
with like the Hank Parkers and the Bill Dances, because they had a show I could watch them just going out and fishing. Right.
The only
Now you have the YouTube series, like, and that's where I feel that connection. Like
I
when I
agree.
watch Livesey, even though it's an Elite Series tournament, I'm like, that was me and Trey at Murray. Like when Bannon came down, we were just drinking
Yeah,
beer,
you
hanging out,
can
and then going
relate.
fishing the
100%,
next day.
I
Like,
wasn't necessarily. I didn't really know much about league. Just saw him. But I wasn't a fan until I started watching his videos. I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, I'm a fan. So
What's up, Chris Curtis?
So
What's up,
yeah,
Chris?
I think you should. The only thing I think maybe these guys don't go to as many the small, like the Raleigh Expo,
Right,
the Knoxville,
right.
like they don't go to as many of those anymore because one, the sponsors aren't. A lot of those big companies aren't going to the regional ones anymore,
Mhm.
and they've got.
well, the regional internet has killed those shows.
Yeah, exactly. So like they're doing their sponsor thing, but they're doing it in a different way.
Yeah.
But that's the only way I can really see that the guys are. Maybe you don't have a connection. 'Cause
Yeah.
You can't go shake their hand on a Saturday in February.
Right.
You know. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Frank said I connect more with a guy like Matt Robertson than someone like KVD. You bring up a great point, Frank, and this ties into what I was saying. People say like, you know, the industry's so divided and da 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 da. Like, you have 100 and something individual teams, one-man teams on the elites. You have 51 on the BPT. You have 100 and something on the MPFL, of course you're going to feel as the consumer maybe divided because you're not all rooting for the Broncos together, or you're not everyone's rooting for Bass.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Right. So like to kind of go back
start rooting for the Bass.
Well, there you go. Yeah. Start rooting. I'm on team
Team
Green.
Bass.
Well,
I'm on Team Green.
He hops off. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Get off that hook.
But to go on to, a couple of the other comments, like, the consumers are tired of seeing people do boat reveals. Consumers are tired of seeing guys promote product and stuff. And I'm like, how?
So look, I can understand that a little bit because say 10 years ago when the YouTube thing took off, everyone was watching everyone's boat videos.
What's up, Tony?
And stuff. And now it's kind of saturated. Like everyone gets their new boat. Everyone does their boat thing every year. So it's just kind of become like super common for that type of stuff. But that's the stuff they have to put out.
Yeah.
I got a spot, Tony.
I just want
wax tire sticker. We just got to get it worked out, bro. Just holler at us.
a big banner. It can be yours for $6,999.
How about we just get a big tire?
Yeah.
Yeah, we
Big
could just
tire.
put a tire in here.
That would be cool. Like a specialty tire with like drink holders and stuff
Could
in it.
throw it at Trey when we were having an argument.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah.
WWE style. See,
I like it.
It relates.
It relates kind of
to wrestling, right?
Except wrestling people get wild about their wrestlers. We'll have to get Dana back on to talk about wrestling. Dana, remember Captain Dana Tabarini?
Oh man,
and that's going to ESPN now.
Yeah, yeah. Anyways,
how about UFC going to be free for everybody with that huge deal they just signed with Paramount? And they're
Well, it's not all of them.
The majority of them are though.
Yeah,
I think professional bass anglers should have an octagon outside of the tournament weigh-in. I truly believe that would garner so much attention.
I would go to every weigh-in within 300 miles.
We're kind of like, what would you recommend? So this kind of came up. There was a Slick put out of it a couple of days talking about how the viewership numbers are BS, and we kind of talked about that. We don't have to get into that and the whole Nielsen rating, how they changed crap this year, but like, what can we do to make the sport more exciting for viewership?
I think it needs to be a contact sport. I'm not going to lie. Like, there's so much drama. People are bashing each other on social media and on podcasts and all this stuff. It's like, you know what? Let's get Dana White over here. He can coach them on how to properly do this. Get an octagon set up out in front of the weigh-ins. BPT, sorry for you. You don't have a weigh-in. I guess you got to do a floating octagon on the water during your intermission times.
Yeah.
But, that would be sweet, right?
Would be sweet.
A floating octagon between period 1, period 2, and period 3. And you get those anglers out there and they beat the snot out of each other. That is apparently sharking their spots, right? Like there was a issue at the last BPT event where 2 anglers were going at each other's throats on the water. Of course, they didn't have it on camera. It's like, why not get that on camera? Get that on camera, because that relates more to the average angler who's out there on a Wednesday night Wildcat tournament who's pissed off because Uncle Bob just rolled up on the same point as him. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like, get that. I'm just saying, like, because they don't promote the story anymore, there's no storyline.
So that's exactly that. I think that's the problem. And I know it's hard with live, but let's say Bass, they still do their live coverage, but let's say they did that, like for each tournament, they did an hour-long episode each day.
Yeah.
Maybe it comes out a week later or 2 weeks later, right? So but it's also behind the scenes stuff where like you're getting like guys at their house, rigging up tackle, like you get some of that drama conversation and stuff, and you build that story. And yes, it might be a week or 2 later, but I guarantee you it would probably do better.
Yeah,
in the live coverage, short.
Yeah, and I think even
build the narrative.
I think Milliken even put that out like last year. Like that, I guarantee you, if somebody like Milliken was king for a day in the organization when it came to like content and stuff like that, like it would be more exciting for people.
And
like
you could build the storylines throughout the season. I mean, it'd be a lot of. It's definitely work, but like, I mean, like Lee's YouTube is great because it kind of does that. It's just one episode for the entire thing, but it does that specifically for the 3 of them, or whoever's in his house, or whoever will be next year. But if you kind of expanded that out to the whole field, and build that storyline, like, I mean, sometimes they get it wrong, like because day one, like you may not have the good video coverage and everyone, but that's just the way it is. Sometimes.
It is the way it is, man. It is the way.
And
it is.
In fact, I remember like. The old, like 10, 15 years ago, you still go back and watch YouTube when you watch the tournament coverage, and it might be an hour or 2 long episode, but like they only did like highlights for day 1 and 2.
Mm-hmm.
And, like the storyline really didn't pick up to maybe a third of the episode was day 3, and then like the bulk of it was really about day 4.
Yeah.
So
Do you think? Let's ask the group. And Frank, he said, I lost interest mainly when most anglers park in the middle of the lake and use live scope. I enjoy watching Hackney beating the banks. Yeah, Frank, and you know, everyone. I'm going to go out on a limb here and say that there's a good percentage of the field on the Elite Series, and probably within the other organizations, MPFL doesn't allow it, that they don't want to use that technology to catch fish, but they put themselves at a huge disadvantage if they're not utilizing the technology to stay competitive, right? And until Bass makes a change, like that's what you're going to get, right? And so Bass knows that that's potentially a problem. Maybe viewership has increased. I'm not sure. Fishing is boring to watch unless somebody's frogging or punching, in my opinion. But how do you make up for the live scope? Well, promote a story, right?
Yeah.
And even if guys are out there live scoping and they are in the top 5 or top 10 guys, put a camera on John Cox. Man, I don't know why they don't put a camera on a guy like John Cox, because he's sitting in like 50th right now or better in AOI. Like John Cox is not out there doing what everyone else is doing. If you want to get some good viewership, put a camera on him, right?
I hope he has one this next tournament.
Yeah, I mean,
sets up well for him.
People like that, right? Diversify who's behind the camera. Not all the guys that are leading the tournaments need to be on camera, in my opinion, but that's just, you know, whatever. So what did he say? Which anglers are going to share? What can you scroll up real quick, Pete, and see what David said?
Share information about what?
Which anglers are going to share that kind of juice?
Well, I'll tell you what, here's the juice that these guys are sharing because they know that they need to be media savvy now. You got guys like Matt Robertson, who's running a GoPro, live streaming almost his entire tournament, so you can follow.
I mean, it's easy. When you sign the contract, you agree to do this.
You agreed to
or
do
you don't
that,
fish
right?
Bassmaster.
So of course they're not going to share everything, but I mean, like if they don't turn their Instagram map off, you can just go ahead and watch them anyway. So understand the reasoning. That's their livelihood. Yeah, 100%. Yeah. So anyways, yeah, I think they just need to do a better job for the consumers like us. Like it just becomes really mundane to watch, and you know, just do better, you know. But until they start losing money, they don't have a reason to change, and that's the biggest thing, right? And I'm not going to tell them how to run their business, but I might make some recommendations.
And look, there'll be a lot of people mad about, I want to watch live coverage.
Yeah,
man, you could do both. And yeah, I mean, you're going into it, but fishing's. We all watch fishing, even though that we know the results of tournaments.
Yeah.
It's not like I will not go watch a rerun of a sports game. Like,
yeah,
I know what happened. I looked at the box score. I've seen a million highlights already on online. So, but fishing, like, we all kind of watch.
I'm just trying to steal their juice
because a lot of us are watching. We want to see what they're thinking, what they're throwing, how they're doing it.
Yeah.
And that doesn't matter.
It would be different if you had guys that are really good behind the camera. So like Lake St. Clair Bassmaster
behind or in front?
Or in front of the camera, right? In front of the camera, a guy like Dakota Ebert. Mm-hmm. Even though he was out there shaking a minnow and throwing a spy bait, throwing a drop shot, all the traditional things you do to catch smallmouth on an 8 to 10 foot flat bottom lake like Lake St. Clair, Dakota Ebert did a really great job at explaining exactly how he was targeting fish, why he was using certain baits, things like that. Consumers love that, right? But there's a lot of anglers that are in front of the camera that don't know how to communicate, or they can't multitask, and it makes it for a very boring like live stream, right? So neither here nor there. I mean, I think it's just, I'd like to see some, you know, that's why I love the BPT when they started that team series. I think that's great. Yes. They got their headsets on. Yeah. They're talking to each other.
I mean, I would love to see that. In all
Do you think bass fishing is too long? Yeah. Do you think 8 hours is too long?
No, I think 4 days is too long.
Or 4 days, right? So, you know,
everything should be a 2-day shootout.
2-day shootout, no cuts.
I don't care if they make cuts or not. I mean, top 10 from the day go. Yeah. Like, you better do good day one. You better have it figured out.
I wonder how anglers would feel about that.
I don't know. I mean, they don't like practice that long.
Say entry fees are the same.
1 day of practice.
Payouts are the same.
No electronics.
1 or 2 day practice, 2 day shootout.
Yeah,
Like,
you could try it, and then you have 1 day built in for weather, right? I mean, the MPFL does 3 days, no cuts. Some of their tournaments end up being 2 days because of
what I don't know
weather.
on the business side, does those extra days allow them to get more money out of their sponsors?
Well,
because their sponsors are shown more.
They're getting more TV time.
Yeah.
They're getting more commercials.
But I don't know how much of an increment that is.
Or
So
how much would the local economy lose if they shorten their time, right? I don't know how much money is brought into the economy and stuff like that, but
a lot.
Anyway,
It's significant.
Yeah, I mean, from Airbnbs to fuel to groceries.
It's a significant boost in the arm to a series. I know Eastern North Carolina, that town made a ton of money. You had people from all over the state and local areas coming, staying, eating, drinking. You had the anglers staying, eating, drinking. It is a big shot in the arm, but it's also expensive to get them to come to your town. Anybody that thinks they're picking these lakes and areas because they're good, I've got news for you. It's about how much you can pay bass to come to your town. You've got to invest some money, but it is a significant economic
Sabine River is a perfect example.
especially for bass. So if you look at NPFL, what do they have? Like 12 people that make that whole thing around. Bass has like 100 people that are there between commentating, TV. You've got the camera crews. You've got weighmaster officials. You've got all of these folks that travel.
Big staff, but they also put on the classic.
Well, yeah, but that staff is part of what's coming to every tournament with the economy. They're coming there. You have people that travel just because they want to marshal.
They've got to have.
They want to see events.
They've got to have people cover the opens and elites, like sometimes back to back.
You bring in a large contingent of people just as the organization, and then the fans are coming. The anglers and their families are coming. So the last I heard, to get them to come fish with you, it was about $100,000 to get them to consider coming to your town. Yeah. And then, you're going to make that money back for the most part. Most places do, but that was what I heard. And that's for a regular term. I heard it was like $350 for a classic.
Yeah. Well, that makes sense.
That was the going rate when towns were offering, hey, here's what we can do for you. Here's the facilities you can use, the venues, and here's a little bit of money.
That's the prize money.
Yeah. To help you, promote whatever that is. So, there's a cost associated with the towns, but again, you're making that money back. Almost guaranteed, because there are a lot of people that travel to these tournaments, even locally. Look, people from all over North Carolina were driving over there and staying. They'll do it again next year. I'll probably go stay for a couple of days next year in Marshall and just hang out.
A lot of times these lakes show off those lakes, and so people are going to travel there.
And then you're going to have the after effect of bass, which is when the tourists come, right? Like the people see you come and catch 197 pounds on the river, and guys want to come fish it. They're going to come stay at a local hotel and tear up lower units. So it's going to do good for the local marinas, and everybody's doing well. So there's a lot of, that's why big bass tours aren't coming. Charlotte didn't pony up like they have before. Yeah. It is what it is.
I'll tell you this, Frank, I'm not going to,
yeah, the big bass tour did go.
Yeah.
Go there, yep.
But the MPFL also went to Lake Norman and Charlotte didn't do anything.
They didn't do anything for them.
They didn't do anything
to the point where they had a plaque made for them. I don't think they even gave it to them.
No, they didn't. So
it was pretty sad.
So trial and error and stuff like that. Lake Norman was a great event for the MPFL, great event for our friends and stuff. But speaking of bass, though, I did want to move on to what's going on right now up north, and that's on Leech Lake, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
the Open.
Yep. Yeah. So the Open Division 2.
Day 1 was canceled.
Day 1 was canceled.
Shocker.
The only thing I wanted to say about it was our boy Mike Corbishley is going to qualify for the Bassmaster.
Unless he absolutely
just doesn't catch anything tomorrow.
I think he would have to get 0 points tomorrow. So you'd have to fall to dead last.
Yep.
Which anything's possible, but he's sitting good to qualify for the EQ. So congrats, Mike.
Yep. So
looking forward to getting
you guys
on.
Are following along with the Opens. You guys know Division 1, Division 2, both divisions fish 4. And then there's 3 elite qualifiers, and the top
50 from each.
Top 50 from each go, and then the top 9.
What I don't know, and this is a question I need to look into, is if you qualify in the top 50 in both, does that eliminate a position or does it fall? Do they
Ooh, I don't know.
backfill that? So
Mm,
because if you look, there are some guys that are top 50 in both.
yeah.
So will they, as a double qualifier, will that rule down to 51 to keep that boat number
I don't know.
where they want it or
Probably
not?
keep the payouts where they want it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not sure what that looks like.
And I don't remember that, and I know some of the elite guys will jump in. So
Yeah.
I
So
don't-
yeah, if you do not requalify for the elites, so those 9 guys that are gone, they can go fish the EQs to try to requalify, which I think is cool.
Yeah.
Because it is a absolute grind to make it there. And those guys did it. Some of them did it a long time ago. Some of them recently. There's some rookies. Not all of them are going to do it. There's guys that are on that line that don't care, like Milliken. I don't think he's going to go back. What's he got to prove unless he wants to fish more classics?
No,
like,
he's just losing money at that point.
Right now, it's costing him money. Like he's not. It doesn't matter to him. He never really did. I truly and fully. We're gonna get him on the show. We got enough connections now. I truly feel like he did all of that just to prove a point.
No, he proved it.
Like that he could, because so many people bashed him on videos saying you couldn't compete, and then he went out and first year on the EQs qualified, fished the Elite Series, a couple classics.
Yeah.
So there's some other guys. I don't know if Logan Latuso will want to fish again after that debacle that cost him his career in the Elites.
He got burned.
I still don't know all the details of that, but it's
We can talk about it offline because I've got firsthand. But it's I don't know that he'll fish them. I know Ed Logren's going to fish them. He has said he's not fishing the last elite event so that he can prepare.
If Maddie's
I don't know if Matty Wong will fish them. He probably will. He's got plans. If you've listened to the show, if he doesn't qualify, he's not that worried about it because he wants to do a TV show and he has a background in film and all of that.
Yep.
So I think he'll do well with that and probably will do that. So I don't know if he may be tired of the grind too. I mean, It's one of those things. I think you get there and you're either going to love it or you're like, man, this is definitely not what I thought it was going to be.
Yeah.
Do we know who's retiring?
I haven't heard of anybody from Bass making a statement that they were retiring.
Because I'm looking at guys like Mark Mendez or
Menendez.
Yeah. And Bernie Schultz. Like,
Schultz has not said anything about retiring. Menendez.
Do they want to go down to
I think Schultz would probably fish them.
EQs, or maybe do they want to go to another organization?
I don't know.
Menendez may go to another organization.
Yeah.
Schultz may try to
Who else is on
stay.
Alex Wetherall.
I don't know what he'll do.
Paul Mueller.
Don't know what he'll do.
Ray Hanselman Jr.
Hard to say.
Jonathan Kelly.
He'll probably fish the EQs.
Mark Frazier.
Mark might be another guy that goes to another organization.
And then Chad Pipkin.
I mean, we can. And Chad is in the. I don't know what his career average is. I would have to look at his.
If he gets cut, I fully anticipate Chad doing one of two things: fishing the EQs, or just not fishing.
Or he could go somewhere else.
He might. I don't know.
When we say go somewhere else, these are guys that potentially are going to go to the MPFL. We don't have any inside knowledge. We're not saying for sure, but
now the other guys,
for some of them, it would make sense if they want to stay competitive and still have a chance to win money. And
so the guys we just mentioned, other guys are way down there that are really at risk. But there's a couple of guys in the bubble like Brad Watley.
Me too, Frank.
David Gaston, Carl Jockenson.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but Carl's in 57th. He'd have to have a really bad
bad
and
one.
he's career done pretty well up there.
Yeah.
I think he'll probably
The
be
thing
okay.
When's his best tournament? Was the Classic
This year?
or a couple of years ago?
Who? Carl?
Yeah.
I mean, he's won an Elite Series event.
That was in 2019.
Yeah.
But anyways, so tournaments are kind of wrapping up for the year. The Open still got theirs going on. The MPFL's got one more going, which is Logan Martin. BPT's done for the year. And really, we're in that time of year that I don't know if a lot of you guys fish in August, but August can be a grinder. And I wanted to talk to you guys about your thoughts on fishing in August. So
I've had some great time in August. One of the baits I loved, I used to throw a lot, was a football jig with a 12-inch
He said, so fishing with a bobber Bernie said during his last weigh-in that this was his last run, I think. Okay. Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me if he retired.
Dave, the cut line for the elites
It's 71.
So it's 71 this year.
Typically it's 70.
But medical exemption.
That doesn't mean if you're below 70, you're going to be cut. What that means
Yes.
is it goes to career averages, and then the bottom 9 out of that are the ones that get cut.
Yes.
So below 71 this year because of a medical exemption will be their career average. So if they're a rookie still, or they're in their guaranteed second season and they're below that line, they're gone because they're not going to have the career average to keep them. Some of the longer standing guys like a Chad Pipkins or some of those, they could have a career average that will keep them safe. And then the guys that were kind of on the bubble, like we were talking about Carl Jockinson, and then like he's in 57th, he would have to drop 20 some places to get there, which is possible. If he has a really bad tournament, but if you look at his history, he does pretty well typically up north. So I think he'll probably be okay. Are there exemptions for past AOI? So you get legend points for AOI and for classic wins, but you have to be invited back by Bass, and there's only 2 legend exemptions a year. So this year's were Jordan Lee, so that'll open one up because he's going to requalify.
2 years ago.
Oh, he was 2 years.
Yep.
Who is this year? Oh, Randy Howe.
Yep.
So he'll requalify through points. And who was that the only
I
one
think
this
they
year?
only did 1.
They can do 2. No, they didn't. They did do 2. It was
Wasn't Bernie, was it?
no. If I pull the roster up, I can tell you. Hold on.
Anyways.
But yeah, so there'll be 1 or 2 legends exemptions available, and that's not what I wanted. And depending on who they invite back, so I can tell you one guy they're going to reach out to, and I truly think he may come back. I mean, do I have to say it out loud? Does everybody know who I'm talking about?
Say it out loud.
I mean, everybody knows, right?
Mm-mm.
The one and only Kevin Van Dam. He's going to get a phone call, guaranteed. But there's a lot of guys that aren't ever going to get phone calls that went to the BPT and burned that bridge when they went there. Like you said things. Skeet Reese was one that had no shot. And I think that's part of why he retired. Like he has legend points, but he absolutely put Bass on the coals.
Did he win a classic?
He won 2
AOIs.
AOIs in a
So
row.
he-
Actually 3. He won 1 year, and then somebody else won, and then he won back to back. So he has three legend points. So they're not Cannon. Was it Canterbury? No, Canterbury's been there. I'll have to look at the roster, but there were 2. It was Randy Howe, and there was another one that was legend in this year. So there's going to be 2 legend exemption spots where they can reach out to those folks. And if they choose, they can come back. And that's part of what kept Rick Clun around for so long, is he had like 9,482 exemption or legend points. So he could still be doing it if he wanted to. He's got enough. That's what got Ike and Nelly back without having to requalify.
Was it Ike? Wasn't it?
No, he was a couple
Ike
years back.
requalified.
I'm bringing the article.
And Ike actually requalified through the opens instead of using a legend point. So he's still got legend. Cliff Pace.
Cliff Pace.
Yep, that was it. And I don't know where he's at. He is. I'm going to search here real quick. If you're leaving comments, we'll catch up. Just give me 1 second.
Anyways,
Yeah.
August said we were talking about August. Dog days
August
of
fishing,
summer.
man.
Cliff's in 81st, so he's at risk. But I think he's got a couple points, so he could potentially stick around.
And they're not. They're. I think if you're a legend, you're not.
Yeah, but
you're not a
Ike might be
rookie.
96, but with his at career average, he's fine because it doesn't reset when he left and came back. It's his overall elite at that level career. So he's got 30 years, 25 of them
He's
are
got
fishing
legend
the elite
points too,
series.
right?
And he's got a bunch of legend points that he didn't use yet. So,
But yeah, August, dog days of summer. I will say I haven't been out.
what's
but
up, Pete Dub?
Usually August, hot. Thermocline gets really shallow, especially around here. And you got to slow down and finesse fish a lot. A lot of the schools have been broken up.
Would
if
you
you're
have?
offshore?
Are we talking about tournament fishing in August?
No,
or
just
talking about August
fishing.
I don't really fish a whole lot in August.
I love a football jig and a 10-inch worm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean you can have fun. You can catch some really good fish this time of year.
It's got to be patient.
Here's a couple tips for you guys if you're fishing in August.
Don't.
One, yes,
No, I'm just kidding.
you should fish in August, and here's why. You can kind of do anything that you want to do. You can go shallow, you can go mid range, you can go deep. Deep is relative to where you're at. But I would tell you if you're in the Piedmont region, specific lakes like Falls Lake and Jordan and stuff. If you don't want to use the black box and go forward facing sonar fishing, you can literally put a flipping bait in your hand and go flip timber, go drag rock, go throw chatterbaits around and stuff like that. Ben's absolutely right. By this time of the year, the schools of fish are absolutely destroyed. Not that you can't catch them. You absolutely can. And I heard Ben say, go finesse, or
Go big.
remember, this time of year is when a lot of those shad are big, like big 4, 5, 6 inch shad. So depending on what lake you're on, if there's gizzards in there and there's big threadfin, you can upsize to like big flutter spoons, really big profile wake baits, stuff like that, big top waters if they're schooling and stuff like that. So, I know a lot of people hate fishing in August and September. Later on in September is a lot of times your lakes will turn over. Sometimes it happens in August. Some lakes happen in October, depending on water clarity. That dictates a lot when lakes end up turning over too. But I've been fishing I think I went 3 times within the last week, and I went to a different body of water each time, and all of them were different. But the cool thing is you can literally put the trolling motor on 7 to 10 or high and cover miles and miles of shoreline and not get a bite. But as soon as you get a bite, drop your trolling motor back to like 3 and pick that area apart.
Keep in mind, as Trey said that, though, we did have about a week to 10 days of like 75-degree temps and a bunch of rain. So
yes,
we had a false fall.
We did have a false fall. And here's what I'll say about fishing high water conditions. If you're going out on falls, it's still 2.5 feet high. Look at go to the reservoir chart, whatever, and look how long that lake has been up.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of times you're going to want to go as shallow as you can, but remember, you can also get bit on the edges of like bushes and stuff too, because a lot of fish are moving up still to get up there into those shallows. But when they start pulling the water out, those fish will follow the water line and go back down to like the old bank line and stuff.
So that's what I like a lot of times like that is the old bank line, because most of our lakes here are pretty stable.
Yep.
So you get most of that erosion in the same level. So not every part in the lake, but you'll see it out there. Like when the lake, is low, you'll see like there's a kind of a little drop off. It may be 3 inches, 6 inches, but so as a high, that kind of ledge there, they'll stage there and wait to move up the feed and come back.
Yeah.
And so a lot of times that old bake line, especially like 3 feet high, is sometimes perfect.
And a lot of guys stop fishing like in late June, early July, and they don't fish again until the pre-spawn, right? This is the reason that I really, and I'll end my rant with this. This is the reason why I really like how Bass is doing the opens this year. I really like that the EQs are going to be taking place in like September, October, November timeframe or whatever. I'm going to watch that stuff.
It's going to be a challenge.
It's going to be a challenge.
Most guys don't fish then. If you remember during the COVID years, so what, that's 2020, it's been 5 years now.
Gosh.
When they moved to like that Gunnersville event and all that stuff to September and October, very different than they were usually used to fishing like in March, April, May, June.
Yep.
Weights were down, fish were all over the place because, as a lake turns over and the thermocline disappears, as long as you got plenty of bait in the lake, like the fish do not have to go shallow in the fall.
Yeah.
I mean, everyone said, go back to the pockets. Well, in the springtime, they have to go spawn. They go shallow. They don't have to do it in the fall.
Right.
Like you'll find fish all over the place.
All over. Yeah.
You just got to kind of figure out where they're at.
And that's why I think the MPFL stop number 6, and I think the MPFL's championship, both going to be in September, or one's going to be in September and one's going to be in October.
Championship's on Hartwell, right?
Yeah.
I think it's going to be a lot like the Lanier event a couple years ago.
But it's not going to have forward-facing sonar, and I think
It will.
Oh, yeah, the championship will. I think it's going to be – I think their last stop, though, their regular season stop, I think it's going to be Grimy.
Where's that again?
It's at Logan Martin in Alabama.
Yeah.
I was gonna be super grimy.
Super grimy.
It's gonna be straight. It's still gonna be summer fishing down there. Like it's not gonna be fall.
Yeah, I don't know if their lake's gonna turn over by the third week of September.
Because Logan Martin's in the south, right? It's South Alabama.
I don't know. I'm not sure where it's at. But anyways,
I fish and shoot deer in the hole. Pete Dubs, you can do both.
Shoot him from the boat.
I could kill some good ones in Jordan from the boat, but they frown upon that.
Yeah. Well, you could go fish around Mayo or hunt around Mayo. They got some big deer. But anyways,
Yeah.
Oh no, it's North Central.
if you're fishing in August,
Hydrate.
you can do whatever
Mofos.
you can do whatever you want to do.
That's number one.
Right.
Hydrate.
I did 2 foot of water today and 20 foot of water today and caught fish in every zone. So
They're all babies, but he did catch fish.
I did catch
What-
fish
what-
and I also fish.
What might save them? Logan Martin's a spot lake, right?
It's got both.
I'm gonna fish a bunch of spot lakes in November this year.
Oh
Looks
yeah.
like.
Yeah, that's
Mhm.
Coosa River. They got big old. Yeah.
We got daggone Soba tournament. If you're not fishing it, you better. We got a retreat for Take a Warrior fishing on Gaston for a weekend. We got a place to stay with private boat dock and stuff.
What weekend's that?
That's you got to be on the board to get invited.
Oh, okay.
It's a board getaway so we can meet. I'm gonna be jacking.
I'm gonna hammer them.
I'm gonna smash them, dude. Like third week in November. Yeah, I'm gonna miss probably the first day of deer season, but it's fine.
Oh, that late November?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's gonna be so good.
Yeah.
Up there. Oh yeah. And then the Soba tournament I'm looking forward to. And then we've got Take a Warrior Fishing has our event on Sharon Harris.
Mm-hmm.
If you're able to fish that, you definitely should sign up. warriorfishing.org. Check us out. Fall fishing I do not like mid-September on. I don't like August and early September. I don't like it at all. It doesn't appease to me. I'll go do it if I need to, but
Hey, you're
I hate
good
September.
with a lipless crankbait. If they're on those flats eating shad,
oh yeah,
You can
that's
lay
why-
waste
That's
to
why
'em
it's
with
really
a-
good. Like
yeah.
mid-September on.
Yep.
Yeah, like I know when to be out there. But right now I'm gonna get some stuff at the deer lease ready to go.
You should be out there as much as possible.
You should.
You should be out there if you're trying to hone your craft and build your skill set. You
I'm
should
not.
go out there at the worst times possible so
Yeah.
that you understand fish behavior better.
When I
right?
decide I'm gonna fish professionally or make a run, then I'll fish more when it's miserable and hot and the fishing sucks.
Warrior Fishing needs to add kayaks to the mix.
How you gonna get a warrior on your kayak, bro?
You're gonna do double, Pete doubles
Well, then
fishing.
you can. They just have to be tied to your
do.
kayak.
There's literally an article.
Yeah.
There's
And we have a
literally-
kayak event coming up, Pete Dub. So maybe you should go
It's
check out
kayak
the
fishing.
website. Yeah, we have a kayak
Western
fishing
North
event.
Carolina, New River, Jefferson, North Carolina.
Well, he's talking about going because he's not a vet, so being able to guide. Pete Dubs,
yeah.
if you ever want to set up to take folks out with your second one when you're ready to roll, just let me know, dude, and we can get you hooked up with local warriors that'll go out on the water with you. And we do have a kayak fishing event, and we're talking about doing another one next year. That's going to be basically solely a fundraising event. That's just it's just going to be a kayak tournament because that's fairly easy, low overhead to run. I just need to find somebody that wants to run it because I don't want to look at 8,000 fish pictures. So, we've been talking about doing that, Pete, because we do want to make sure we're getting the kayak folks included. But yeah, we have a veteran that fishes the Sharon Harris one in the fall every year
Mhm.
out of his kayak.
Yep.
So you can do it if you want, especially if you can get 2 kayaks there and you can take somebody out with you. We'd love to have you, and we can absolutely find a vet that is comfortable in a kayak and they can follow you around, or you can drag them around, or however that works. I don't know how it works.
Yeah.
But, I'm not fishing. I probably will never fish another Take a Warrior fishing event. It's just got
Logistically,
there's too much going on behind the scenes that I need to now be involved in and help with, that it's just hard. So I'll still have my boat and run around and have it for an emergency if a boater bails. But I'll be doing more logistics and running photographers around and train eye when it's really slow in the middle of the day. We'll go out and catch crappie. But yeah, looking forward to those events. We're just over an hour. I'm
yeah.
hungry. I
Christine,
wanna take a
sorry you
shower.
broke the trailer. I hope you guys
Christine,
What?
I just want to say you didn't break the boat trailer. The boat trailer broke itself because it is a nitro trailer, and they are.
all boat trailers are trash.
But
Most.
the nitro ones they have a lot of issues. I'm not trying to jinx you because I'm sure he was cursing me when your trolling motor went out on day one. But they do have a lot of issues with the nitro trailer, so just make sure you keep up on the maintenance on that. Keep your hubs greased and replace all that stuff when it needs it, and you'll be fine. But It's not your fault, Christine. It was David's because he didn't teach you how to back or pull forward good enough. So,
I don't have anything else for the group, guys.
hey. And yes, I was. I know you were. As soon as I saw your post, it said that actually, Trey messaged me and he was like, David Fuchs trolling me. And I was like, effing Loran. So I was like, I bet he's cursing me right now. Of course, you fixed the trolling motor, Christine, because you didn't get emotional and blame me like he did. We can absolutely use help, Pete. So I will get up with you as we get closer because we're going to need volunteers and all of that. So I'll holler at you. We'd love to have you come hang out and help get our vets and put you to work doing something. So you're going to call after the show. I don't have service for at least an hour when I drive home, so you have to wait. But all right, y'all. If you have questions, throw it out. If not, she read the man. Imagine that. Yeah, we guys don't do that. I will
first.
read the manual to troubleshoot though.
No, I don't read.
I'll read it to troubleshoot.
I go to AI or YouTube.
Yeah, but half the people on YouTube don't know what they're doing.
I
And
tell
they're
you what.
reading off the manual. I don't need a guy to read the manual to me to tell me what to fix. I'll just look at the manual.
I don't
fix it.
know. The other day I had an issue or something. I turned my AI on the camera mode and talked to it and said, "This is the problem I have, and this is what," and it told me exactly what to do to fix it.
That's scary.
Pete Dove said, "What's a manual?" Yeah. I don't read them until stuff went way south.
I don't like to read the constructions.
Yeah, just that screw fits there. Put it in. It'll be fine.
I appreciate you guys joining us on Fishing Friday Live. Make sure you head on over to Spotify, Apple Podcasts, all the other platforms. If you're a podcast listener, we got a ton of episodes that you guys don't get to see on Fishing Friday Live. They're all cached there. We're bringing new guests on. We just had one drop with Buck Mallory from the National Professional Fishing League. That was a really great episode. That's part 1. So if you want to get his story and understand where he comes from, check that out. Please leave us a review. Spotify, Apple Podcasts, anywhere that you can leave us a review. Really helps the show, and it helps us to continue growing a culture of anglers, helping anglers one cast at a time.
That's a good one. That's a good one. Oh, God, it's a toad, son. It's a toad, dude.
Yeah. I wake up to a little bit of drool on my pillow, feel like it's gonna be a bad day.